community on issues that he cared so much about. So I'm really honoured to say that we have Dr. Ramon Tallaj here from Somos Community Care and Mario Jesus Paredes as well. Thank you for being here, both of you. Friends for 38 years?
Indeed,
Amazing.
yes.
And two people who work closely with the immigrant community in the United States to improve health outcomes, as I understand it. Tell us about how closely you worked with Pope Francis.
Imagine that the first time I met him was in the breakfast in 2019. And he came straight from, we were staying in Santa Marta, he came to ask me.
Because you stayed in the residence
inside with Santa Marta.
And he was famous for staying at the residence and not in the palace.
No, he lived there.
Yeah. So you walked out and you just saw Pope Francis?
No, I get out of the room and he was passing by. I said, my God, he was like stunned. But then he went to, nobody approached him, but he went and said, I know about healthcare in New York. How's the immigrant healthcare in New York? Then since then we became very close friends. And he was prophetic in 2019. He told me that we were going to work very close on something important for the poor people, and the pandemic hit.
And tell us about, you've got this award. This is a Pope Pius IX. It's the highest order of merit you can receive as a layperson from the church. Is that
Yes,
true?
sir. And it was given to me a couple of years ago. I don't know. He believed I deserve that. We've been doing this because it's a call from the Lord.
Yeah.
And we will continue doing, even if he's not with us anymore.
Yeah. And you have a special connection with the Pope because he was your Russian literature teacher a long time ago. How many years ago?
Well, that was in 1969-71 in Buenos Aires, Argentina. He was a young, newly ordained priest, and he did not teach philosophy or theology, which is normally what priests do, but he was concentrated on literature, and he loved the Russian writers, and he knew how to fascinate the young student of us by just going into the culture of the Russian people.
I mean, what was he like as a teacher?
He was very strict.
Strict?
Strict, very serious.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
No, but we were surprised when he appeared in the balcony as Pope.
Yeah.
We said, oh my God.
So all these years later, your Russian literature teacher turns up on the balcony.
That's right.
In the Vatican.
It was amazing just to see him. And obviously the grace of God transformed him the moment that he became Pope. And he began to smile, to embrace people, to kiss people, to hug people. He never did that in those days.
He really meant that. He really meant that.
He meant it. So he went from being a very strict teacher to this kind of effusive, emotional
Very
man later in
outgoing
life.
person, And for the World Day Youth in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, we have 3 million youngsters from all over the world. The kids will throw him T-shirts and he will grab them and they will pass a bottle of Coca-Cola and he would sip the bottle and he was very spontaneous.
It's a big
very
loss.
natural.
Yeah. How did you? I did want to ask you. When you heard the news that he had gone, what was your first response?
Sadness. Sadness, but I know he had left behind really something important. We can't go back.
Do you think we might? Do you think the church might go back? When you say we can't go back, might the
at
church?
least we, as a people who knows the way that he prophetic, being the position of St. Peter, I don't think that will change us anymore.
Oh, really? You think the change he's made has been forever?
Yes.
And the change you mean in what respect? In the sense that he's been closer to kind of regular people? Is that what you mean?
100% not only that. He talked about the immigrants. Still, the same day he died, that night, when he met with the vice president, he talked about the immigrants. He really embraced that. He asked us, how do you doing with the healthcare for the immigrant in New York City? That came from nowhere.
The Pope truly began to reform the church. And I think it's important to explain that the fact that he wanted to reform the church and advance the church, he never create rupture, division. We have the case of Germany, that the German bishops wanted to break with the positions of the official church. But he dialogued and persuaded and worked with them, and finally, things came to work together.
Yeah.
So he was never an interrupter.
Yes.
He wanted changes, but
fac-
never break.
He was a facilitator.
But not only that, he did a campaign with us about the primary care
Yeah.
doctor. He said the most important unit in healthcare is the doctor and the patient.
Yeah.
He himself supposed to be a doctor, but his mother, he never did. But you should know that.
Listen, we're so grateful for your time, and we're sorry for your loss. But clearly he had such an impact
May I
on
say
your
something?
life. Please.
The world lost a leader. The Catholic Church lost a Jesus follower, and we lost a friend.
Well said. Thank you so much for your time here today.
Thank you for the invitation.
Dr. Ramon Tallaj and Mario Jesus Paredes. And David Muir will lead ABC News live coverage tomorrow from the Vatican, celebrating Francis, the People's Pope. Our coverage starts at 3:30 a.m. Eastern, and you can stream it all live on ABC News Live. Diane, I'll throw it back to you.
All right, James, thank you. And the